Hi everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. Happy Father's Day, in case there are any fathers out there who watch. I don't think there are, but if there are, happy Father's Day. Or, as was best said on my favorite ever cake Rex, happy Falter Fatherhood. So, how was everybody? Did everybody have a good week? Good. That is awesome to hear. Alright. So we have a little bit of haul. Tiny bit of haul. Awesome haul, though, but tiny. Got a lot of whip updates, as well as discussion-y things, some Q&A, and of course, Oz. Alright, so we'll dive straight in with the Q&A. Briar Rose asked, do you stitch with needle minders, and if you do, which one is your favorite? I don't really have a favorite, but yes, I stitch with needle minders. The only real time I won't use a minder with a project is if it's something small, like Winter Queen was, where it's just too tiny for one. Or sometimes if it's on a hoop, I'll have a needle minder that I'll have next to what I'm working on, but I won't actually put it on the hoop itself. So it sort of depends on what I'm doing, but generally, yes, I use needle minders. I'm really partial to, and I don't think I've got one in here, but I'm really partial to the book ones. I do really like those. I think they're fun. But then I also like ones like this that are the enamel like Kermit, so I'm really kind of all over the map with them. Thank you to Beverly and Vana for the lovely compliments. Charlotte McFall asks what my opinion of the film Return to Oz is. She's got a couple questions, as well as, are you planning to get the Alice pieces Brooks has? So first question, Return to Oz. I actually really like Return to Oz. It's in some ways closer in tone to the books, and in other ways it's really not. And it's nowhere near at all the tone of the MGM film. If you haven't seen it, it opens with Dorothy going to shock treatment. And this is a PG movie. Maybe G, but I think it was a PG movie. From 1985, made by Disney. Yeah. I think it's a really solid film. It's in the same vein as, like, Labyrinth or Dark Crystal. It is part of... It was a bad summer of movies for Disney, because their other movie that came out that summer of 85 was The Black Cauldron. And we all know how well that one caught on. So Disney, I think, would just like to forget that 1985 happened. I think it's a really very good film. I think Fairuza Balk is magnificent as Dorothy. I think Nicole Williamson is fabulous as the Gnome King. It's got some very scary imagery, and it's a darker story, but I really like it. And I'm sorry it wasn't as well received, but it was definitely one of the highlights of going to WinkyCon last year, was the fact that it was the Return to Oz 30th. And getting to see pieces from the film, and getting all sorts of cool stuff. So it was really a very enjoyable aspect. So I enjoy the movie. It's not for everyone, but I like the movie a lot. Am I planning to get the Alice in Wonderland pieces done by Brooke? Yes, I am. I have the hard charts for the first 3. I have PDFs of the second 2, and I'll eventually get the hard charts of those as well. Probably when she releases all 3 on paper. But I absolutely love them. I don't know yet how I'm going to do them, if I'll do them on fabric or if I'll do them on paper. I haven't decided. Button Addict asked, and this is in regards to the Tonys, did you enjoy The Number by James Corden? About This Could Be You. I did not watch it. So, no. I don't know. Stitching Haven asks, is the Tony Awards political now? No, my comment about Hamilton going to win, Hamilton is fantastic. I finally listened to it last night. Totally fantastic. But it was just sort of like when the Year of the Producers or the Year of a Chorus Line, where it was a huge hit. I don't think there was a single bad review. Totally sold out tickets. Ridiculously sold out tickets. So it's not necessarily that I'm not impressed by it. It was just, I knew going in that it was going to be Hamilton. Penny Trewick says, I stop at some whips and get anxious when I get back to them, just thinking I'm going to start on them in the wrong spot. Have you ever felt like that, and do you have any hints? Generally, before I stop on one, I try to be at what I would classify as a stopping spot. Like, I'm done with all of this color, or I finished this section. If it's something that's like a Mirabilia, I will mark those off as I go to prevent that. But generally, I don't tend to leave a project unless I'm at a stopped spot. And I also don't do all that many full coverage pieces, so it's a lot easier to pick them back up. Linda Bazarski asks, would I consider taking over my LNS that's in danger of closing? If I could get a loan to do it, yes. But I know they're asking a lot for it, and I know I would not be qualified for that amount for a loan. So no, I can't. If you could afford to stay home and not work, would I stitch all day? I don't know, probably not. I would probably do what I do on days off. I stitch, and I watch some TV, and I play a little bit of video games. I do a mixture of things. A-Cried asks, can you tell us what books are on the shelf behind you? There are far too many there, and they're G2s, so I have no idea what half of those books are. Donna Jenkins asks, what are my favorite LNSs in my area? Well, currently Stitch Niche, but it's closed for the time being. Future is up in the air. There's Threads That Bind in Plano, and it's really very nice. There's also French Knot in Fort Worth that doesn't really sell cross-stitch charts, but they sell a crap ton of floss. And then I may have missed it, but I think somebody asked me what this is. It is a Madame Alexander dollhouse, and it's broken beyond belief, unfortunately. So I can't really pick it up and show it to you. But on one side is Kansas, and the other side is Munchkinland, and then there's Emerald City here, and then on the other side is the tornado. But the floor of it is falling out completely. So, all right. So that is the Q and the A. So let's do the haul. Eric from Ships Manor sent me a chart and some floss to try. Well, some silk to try. So he sent me Ida's Rose Garden, because I fell in love with it, and I'm trying to get not glare. I'm going to probably have to open it. It's charted all in DMC, or not, excuse me, DMC, in Gentle Art, but it does include a conversion to DMC, should you so choose. There we go. And then, I'm going to hold it back far enough so that I'm not. So then, you get the pattern twice. You get a smaller copy, and a larger, more working copy of it, which I think is pretty cool. And it's very easy to read, chart-wise. The symbols look very, very nice. I definitely can't wait to start it. So I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So he sent me that. Get it back in the package. I need to do some major stash organization. And then he sent me a couple of skeins of his hand-dyed silks to try. So he sent me Orchard House, which is sort of a pink. A Perfect Day, which is a couple of shades of blue. Caravanserai. It's some golds and pinks. And then Autumn Winds, which is some pinks with a little bit of cream. And it is 12, it's spun silk, it's 12 strands, 5 yards. So it feels very nice. The colors are really fantastic. I can't wait to try them. So far, I highly recommend Eric. So that was my haul for the week. Alright, so now we're going to get into the whips. Those of you who follow Stitch Mania, or Instagram, have probably seen that I've been doing a lot of work this week. And what started it was I usually seem to be able to get about 2.5 to 3 motifs done in Blue Jeans and Daisies, and then I'm ready to move to something else. So then I picked up Seaflora. And then it occurred to me, back a while ago, I used to set monthly goals for myself on my different whips. And I would change when I got through one of those goals. And that really worked well for me. And then I started trying to focus on finishes and only doing one project a week. And that kind of slowed everything down. And there are things that I just haven't worked on forever because I just haven't. So we're going to go back to the goals. And so what I did was I sat down with all of my pieces, and I literally was like throwing them on the floor and doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo to pick them. And I made the decision of, okay, what is my goal? Where would I be? What could I consider a goal? Because I wanted to get through all of them to get to a specific, this is where we are on them. And then set goals from there. So that's what I did. I discovered I have to put, unfortunately, Longfellow's Round Tower away for a little while because I don't have all of the floss for it that I thought I did. And since I'm going on vacation next month, I'm trying to save money. So, yeah, I'm not going to be running out to buy stuff right now. So yeah, I guess we'll just dive right in. So first, good old Leslie Tier Wizard of Oz. My goal on this one was to finish all the green and the yellow the fill-in so that I could do his back stitching. So I'm going to actually be taking this to work because it's really easy to do just general fill-in at work. So I'll work on filling that in, and then I can backstitch my Tin Man, and then move on to the next page. So, and I've kind of decided I like the grime guard for the one at work because I'm in the lunchroom, so if I set it down, it protects things a little better. Alright, so then I pulled out Seaflora, and was only going to do the tail, and then last night I was like, I want to do more Seaflora. So I may actually have a finish this week. So I did her skin. I did go ahead and add, and I don't know how well it shows up, I shaded in there because that's where her eyelid is. I'm also going to be color converting her hair. So I've got the frond, and I've got her hair, and then I get to beat her. I wasn't going to do the frond, but then G2 was like, I really like that frond. It looks really good, and it gives it a nice pop of color. And I went, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be doing that then. So there we go. Alright, so then, let's see, and I'm not going in the order that I did these in. On Cereal Bowl, I finished the house. So the house is all filled in. The next time I pick this up, my goal is going to be to do the, to do that tree and the wording under it. So I'm going to basically try and finish out this half. Because it's pretty small, so I think I can accomplish that in a couple of days pretty easily. And there's a whole 2 weeks left of June, so I've got some time on some of these. So I may pull, the ones that are somewhat close to a finish may just get finished. We'll see. Then we've got Blue Jeans and Daisies. And what was that called that I did? I did the... It did the woven cross on it. So I got the border done for that block, and I used the woven cross in it. So here we go. We're getting close. Getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Getting close. But if I don't finish it this month, then I've got 3 motifs and then the middle to do. So we will just work our way. And I think, like I said, I think part of why I'm slowing down as much on this one is because it is so close to being finished, and I'm not really ready to say goodbye yet. I do know I want to finish it in a yellow frame. I don't know if that's how it's shown on the actual... I don't know if it was framed in a yellow frame in the model, or if that's just how they did it at Stitch Niche, but I really like a yellow frame for it. Alright. Oh, the big surprise of the week. I worked on Things Unseen. I enjoyed working on Things Unseen. I enjoyed it enough that it's going back into the rotation. So see, there we go. Things Unseen. And I finished almost all of part 1. I left off... Apparently there's something metal in my chair because my needle minder just stuck to it. Because I've got more border, and I've had some places where I've been off, I'm going to leave this until I get into part 3. And then there was a whole row of 3 rows, sort of checkerboard of black, below this part, that runs in over on part 2. Because I have had my spacing issues, I'm actually going to wait on that until I get what it runs up to placed. And then I'll work in, because if I have to take a row or 2 out, it's easier to do it of that pattern than it will be to take it off of what's on the other side, which is a house. So, but I'm okay with that, because there's a reason for that. So, when I pick this up again, I will be working on part 2. So, I've not set goals yet, because I'm kind of waiting to see where I end this month. But I still picked it up and worked on it. And enjoyed it. Much to, I'm sure, everyone's shock and amazement. I know Christine was like, I thought you put that in a fire. And actually Katie thought I had just thrown it away completely. So, nope, it was still here. Alright, so, here's Giant Harry Potter. This one I just wanted to do the HP on. And then we'll go from there. So, I actually did it in maroon for a couple of reasons. One of which will be explained later. The other reason being, there really is so much gold in the piece, I was trying to tone down the gold. So I actually used Petite Silk Lame braid from the Rainbow Gallery. And it's not showing up super well, but it's actually much sparklier in person than is showing here. So... my next step is going to be to start the banners. I could place the winged keys next, but I think that I'll have an easier time placing them with the banners in place. Also, Giant HP is the only one I'm going to physically commit probably a week a month to, simply because it's so big that, and there is a lot, I don't want to just be like, well, I'm going to do 3 characters and that's it. So, because then it's going to take me forever to get through this. So I think I'm going to commit a week to it. Alright, here we go. I did not work on Hocus Pocus this week. So, I don't know why I grabbed it, but I apparently did. Then I did Scarecrow on my Clouds Factory Wizard of Oz with lots of changes. So, Tin Man will go here, and then the Wicked Witch, and then we've got the Wizard, the Lion, and Glinda. So, and I actually thought I was going to do 2 characters, but I'm having to do so much to these that I only did 1. So... But I have all the colors for the Wizard ready to go, because the Wizard's going to be next, and then I'll do Tin Man, and then probably Lion, and then the 2 witches last. Alright, and then last but certainly not least, I worked on Beekeeper's Cottage, and I finished the tree. This one I'm going to do all the cross-stitch first, and then go back and do the specialty stitches. So... there's the tree. So yeah. So that's everything I worked on. I am going to have to go into the drawer of whips and pull out something to work on, since I can't do my Longfellow right now. That one's probably going to take a little bit of looking, because I want to make sure that I'm picking something I do know I have all the floss for. But what it will be, I do not know. So, that is kind of everything. So I'm going to keep working on Seaflora this week, but I don't know what I'll do beyond that. Like I said, I'm pretty close to a finish. I don't have the red Krynic. I don't think that's called for. It calls for 27. I'll look real quick on 123 Stitch and see what actually that color of Krynic is called. Because I may have it. I may have it. If I see it, I may actually have it. Come on, 123 Stitch load. Okay. Let's see. Threads, metallic threads. Number 4. $27 is orange. Really? That didn't look orange. I may actually be thinking of a different color. I don't have the pattern back here. Never mind. Alright, so probably going to work some more on Seaflora. Beyond that, I'm not too sure. So there we go. Alright, so I guess now we'll continue our journey of summer stocks with Kansas City Starlight. Kansas City Starlight is an outdoor theater that's still outdoors. It and the Muni, I think, are the only 2 surviving big outdoor theaters like that. It's in Swope Park, in Kansas City, and it was a big theater. And they really did attract huge names. I was trying to find usually they have a list of what else is coming that season, but this was their August production, so this may have been what closed the season. Because I'm not seeing... an actual list. Because I think this was probably the last show of the season. But they had such illustrious things, and we'll actually revisit Kansas City again. But they had such big things as, like, Michelle Lee and Vincent Price and Damn Yankees, Paul Williams and Finian's Rainbow, I mean, they did some biggies. Not quite as big as Kenley. Kenley we'll discuss in a little bit. But, and they frequently shared productions in St. Louis with the Muni and Dallas at Fair Park. They a lot of times would share things. But in the summer of 1963, in August actually, they did The Wizard of Oz with Connie Stevens as Dorothy. Look at the white lipstick she's wearing. Yeah. So she played Dorothy. She did it in a couple of places, actually. A couple of more pictures from the production. This one actually did have pictures from the production. That doesn't happen very often. But I think they realized that people would want to see more of Miss Connie Stevens. There's another picture. Oh, there's one up. I guess this is the last one. Yeah, another picture of Miss Connie Stevens. So, yeah, there you go. Connie Stevens as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She's not quite the only bizarre choice for Dorothy out there, as you'll see next week. Yeah. So, that's the video for the week. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.